Let's talk some Torah. Parshat Yitro is this coming Shabbat, and we have a journey that goes from the splitting of the sea in Parshat Beshalach just yesterday, 2 days ago, to standing at the mountain, at Mount Sinai. But we also have the gift on our Jewish calendar today of it being Tu B'Shvat. And so it is the birthday of the trees. That's a very interesting thing for us to consider. What does it mean to celebrate the birthday of the trees, if not to pay attention to the natural world, to appreciate the miracles of it, and to recognize its fragility? Humanity's impact on the globe itself. And so we have an earth to tend to. When you celebrate a birthday, you look at a life lived and you dream about the future. Well, in order for us to dream effectively about the future, we have to think about what we need to do so that there will be one for our children on this planet. So, what I want to do is speak in grateful tones. And I also want there to be a sense of urgency, because how can there not be? To look at the way that the sky and the sea and the earth itself has been affected by humanity, and how we can't just say the right things. We need to actually change effectively things that we do. Mass transit and recycling are two of those tools. Use of renewable energy is another one. But Judaism has always seen ourselves as mandated by the Torah, le'ovda u'leshomra, to work the earth and to protect it. Those are two facets. Industry is not the reason for the earth's destruction. It can't be the rationale. We can thrive, we can build a sustainable way of being without destroying this home of ours that God created. So what I want to do, and I'd like to dedicate today's learning in support of the communities in Turkey and in Syria, where a tremendous fissure in the earth, an earthquake of significant magnitude, 7.8 and then 7.5, has devastated countless lives, though we're counting, and destroyed so much, so many homes, so many people, that for us to talk about the earth, we have to talk about those who dwell upon it too. Kol Yoshvei Tevel. So I want to send all of our heart, all of our love, all of our compassion, and some of our energy, if we can share it, all the way there. Turkey and Syria certainly are not countries that have been friendly to Jews, not historically, and yet, we're all sisters and brothers, and we've got work to do because it's one planet we share. So may they recover as quickly, speedily, and fully as possible. May rescue workers find everyone who remains alive, and may we pay attention everywhere our hearts are needed. So, looking at Tu B'Shvat, I always think of a song by Naomi Shemer. Naomi Shemer was one of the greatest musicians in Jewish history, certainly in the history of the State of Israel. And she channeled so much of Jewish tradition through her songs. Not everyone in Israel today knows, first of all, not everyone in Israel remembers her music, sort of like how not every young person today remembers Peter, Paul, and Mary, sort of that kind of shift in time. But she channeled texts such as the lyrical writings of Reb Nachman of Braslav, a Hasidic Rebbe who had an appreciation of the grandeur of creation. Many of his essays in his collection start with the phrase "Da lecha," you should know. And he said, "Da lecha shechol ro'eh vero'ah yesh lo nigun miyuchad mishalo." Know that every shepherd and shepherdess has a song that is uniquely theirs. And continues, "Da lecha shechol esev va'esev yesh lo shira miyuchedet mishalo." And know to your heart that every blade of grass has its own song too. Naomi Shemer's song that I sang in a Jewish a cappella group many, many years ago sounded something like this. Da lecha shechol ro'eh vero'ah yesh lo nigun miyuchad משלו. דע לך שכל עשב העשב יש לו שירה מיוחדת משלו, ומשירת העשבים נעשה ניגון משלו. The end of that paragraph, that stanza in the song says, and from the songs of the grass itself, then we'll be able to sing together. So here's a translation of that song, but based on the original text by Rav Nachman of Breslov. Know that each and every shepherd has his or her own unique tune. Know that each and every blade of grass has its own unique song, and from the songs of the grass, the tune of the shepherd is created. How beautiful and fine when we hear their song. It is very good to pray between them and to labor for God with awe. And the song of the grass causes the heart to awaken and to long. You know, I'm in Manhattan right now. You have to look for the grass. And it's not the same as wildflowers. So when I'm looking for wildflowers, I typically begin with Mary Oliver, of blessed memory. She wrote, all important ideas must include the trees, the mountains, and the rivers. To understand many things, you must reach out of your own condition. For how many years did I wander slowly through the forest? What wonder and glory I would have missed had I ever been in a hurry. Oh, I miss Mary Oliver. Friends, I want to share one more teaching. I remember sitting at the feet, it felt like, of Rabbi Art Green. A wonderful, wonderful teacher, author today. And Art sat with a sanctuary full of people of different faiths. And he was talking about prayer. And it's so hard to talk about prayer. But it's important because there's a difference between talking about prayer and praying. And he was trying to remind us how to pray. And one thing he said with us will always remain with me. He said, if you ever forget how to pray, just look at the trees. They know how to reach for the light. So friends, on Tu Bishvat, let's not just celebrate the birthday of the trees, let's honor them as our teachers. Let's tend to their welfare so that our children can learn from them too, and their children after them. We have a lot of work to do. Let's stand in appreciation of the gifts that we've received, making sure that we plant for generations to come. Here we go. Let's have a good day, friends. Let's sing our way into it. All right, friends. Have a beautiful day. Happy Tu Bishvat. See you tomorrow.